Good morning, Mike. I should say, I suppose, good morning to you and Carol, because she will probably be home by the time you receive this tape. Really don't have a whole lot to talk about, but I couldn't let this moment pass by because we are once again at the Shell station in Ellisville, and Grandpa's out getting gas. We don't need very much, about a fourth of a tank. You just wanted to top it off. If we don't do that, we usually have to stop on the way home because we run a little bit low. It's a beautiful day today, absolutely gorgeous. It's Friday, May the 8th, and it's about 5 minutes to 10. We just stopped at the post office and put a tape in, mailed it to you. So this one will be a few days. We're going to take it on down to the lake so that Randy and Sheila can both put their 2 cents worth on it. It's supposed to be nice all weekend, and the way it looks, it's going to be. Carol, we left her at the house with the washer going. And the dishwasher was going, and she was going to run to Schnucks and get some eye cleaner or something for her lenses, which she failed to bring with her. Never goes to waste, she said anyway, so she thought maybe Sheila had some at our house, but she didn't have. So anyway, we're looking forward to this weekend and seeing the kids, of course. It's going to be a short visit for both of them. I understand Randy's going with Carol to Kevin's First Communion, which will be nice. But we're going to try and hold dinner for them Saturday night, see how things go. If we eat, especially if we wait on the Browns, we won't eat till 9 o'clock because they're always late. They're a little bit pokey. There are a few other people that I know that are like that, but that does not include our family or yours. So, Grandpa's just about finished putting the gas in. Traffic is heavy out here. I guess it's in the 60s already. Beautiful day. So I'll cut this off, and maybe we'll put a little bit more on it as we go down the road if anything exciting comes up. We're going to make a little bit better time, hopefully, with the new 65-mile-an-hour speed limit. Everybody drove that anyway except us. Grandpa never did go that fast. So we'll let you go and hope you're getting along okay over there by yourself. I know you are. Carol's only been here a few days, but it's sure been a pleasure to have her. We'll certainly be glad when all of you get back home for good. It's been... the time went fast, but it's been a long 2 years. So I guess that's about it for now, as Grandpa's coming back to get in the car. I love you, and both of you. I keep forgetting that I've got Carol over there now again, too. So take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your stay. Bye-bye.
George?
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Mom. Now we're going to talk on the tape.
We're going to talk, well, yeah, Grandpa said we're going to talk on the tape, so you know we're going to talk on the tape. This is Saturday evening, May the 9th, and it's 9 o'clock at night and the day before Mother's Day.
It's 3 hours, 2 hours and 55 minutes before Jake's birthday.
That was Miss Jean talking to you. I don't think she realized she was talking to you, but she was. We have had dinner, and we're sitting inside of the boat. It's gotten a little bit cool outside, or we'd be sitting out on the dock. But it's delightful here. Randy and Sheila were here, and they have gone out with the whole crew, the Panahoff kids, and Todd, and a lot of kids, you know, but Rick Van Tile, all responsible people, so you don't have to worry about them. And they're going to have a ball. But we old folks are sitting here around the table, and we're having some delightful brandy that Jake's Uncle Sam gave him for his birthday. Tomorrow is his birthday, so we're celebrating a little bit early. But anyway, we're having a delightful time. Okay, it's, what kind is it, Uncle Sam? What kind of brandy is it? Oh, here. Say hello to Uncle. Say hello to Uncle Sam. Say hello to Michael.
Hello, Michael. This is Napoleon brandy. 80 years old. Come and get some.
Uncle Sam is delightful, and I know you have met him before, Mike, because he was down here when the walkway fell in, you know, when the Muellers fell in and Otto fell in, you know. Okay, that's when Uncle Sam was down here before. So it's been delightful to have him here. We were out to dinner with him last Tuesday night, and we're going again next Tuesday night. And of course, we're going to let Carol will be with us at that time. So she will hear all this tape when she gets back with you. I would hope that Jean and Jake would say something. Yeah.
They all
Carol,
still have
Carol.
life price, Michael. I don't understand. You know, today we got a tape in the mail from you and me and Georgine that we mailed in Canberra. Remember when we mailed that? And it came today. They haven't listened to it yet. But, anyway, I know that I'm going to have to listen to this when I get back to Australia because by the time this tape gets there, I will be back. They did mail a tape to you in case they didn't tell you on Thursday before they went to the Shell station, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so you should probably have that before I get back. By the way, I did pick up my tickets from Bill Hemingway last night, and we have business class going back. He's already got my seat assignment on TWA, but Qantas doesn't issue them, so I'll have to wait until I get to Los Angeles to do that. Wendy and I had a real nice trip down. We got here about 7, and Mother and Daddy, of course, were waiting dinner for us, as we sort of expected, although they told us if we weren't here by 7, they weren't going to wait. But we were here right on, spot on, as they say in Australia.
All the kids arrived at 7.
And I think Sheila arrived, what, about 7:45?
At 8:15.
Yeah. But the kids have gone out tonight on the boat. Both of them said they hoped I wouldn't be upset. And, of course, I'm, you know, part of my fun is them having fun. So I'm glad that they've gone. Anyway, I'm going to turn this over to Jean
What
here.
a good
and,
mother.
Let Jean talk to you. She's all decked out in her red, white sweatshirt here. And I think there's
I
a
have to go in the
sweatshirt
bathroom.
competition going on down
That's
here.
it, Pete's ready.
I have to go in the bathroom to talk to my
I'm competing with Jean Panoff on these sweatshirt things because
That's right.
she has a new one every week, and I can't compete with that. So anyway, I'm going to let Jean say hello to you. I guess I cut Carol off, but that's all right. She talks all the time anyway. Go ahead, Jean.
Hello, Michael. We really miss you tonight. Fun seeing your wife and your kids, but we really wish you were here. Is
Won't
it
be-
going to make him cry?
Sure.
Don't cry, Michael.
And it won't be long now.
And it won't be long now, and we're going to have a big party as soon as you get home.
Now, Mother, you have to tell him about his job. You told me that his job was on the line here.
Hanging by a thread.
I'm signing off, Michael, because they're talking over my head.
About everybody else taking
Oh,
care
yes.
of your...
Listen, Mike, I do have to tell you this. Your job is hanging by a thread with me because I've got all these young gentlemen doing things for me here on the dock. Jake Panahoff puts things up for me.
He does?
Yes, he put up a hose hanger, whatever you call it.
He also takes showers with her.
Right.
Takes her to garage sales.
So we,
Takes her to Sharps Marina
how about that,
as
Mike?
husband and wife, and they get back, invited back to
How about-
open house.
Yes, and you weren't invited, neither was Jack. But anyway, I got all these men that are willing to do all these good things for me, and I really do need you back here because, you know, Grandpa might get jealous after a while. So I need you here to do my little chores for me.
Me too, Michael, because Jake's so busy fooling around with Bernice that he doesn't do my chores.
Oh boy, it's getting deep.
You're in big trouble here.
I don't think you can lose, Mike, really. So I'm going to shut this off. No, I'm going to pass it around.
You need to tell him what you said. I said that if you had Ronnie here by himself, you would be happy, but you said you would rather have Mike.
Yeah, I did say that, Mike. You won't repeat that, though, will you? Please don't. And you know why I said that? And I have to be very honest with you. I'm used to having you and Carol around me, and I'm not used to having Ronnie around me. So I have to clarify that, which is true. You and Carol are always available, which is very nice, and Ron isn't. So that's all. No, I won't get into that. I won't get into that. But anyway, I'm going to pass this over a little bit across the table here. You know, we're sitting up in the front of the boat. We're around the round table. Uncle Sam and Jean and I, and Jake and Carol are sitting over on the couch. And Grandpa's playing with Sam, the puppet, sitting on the perch. So you know you can visualize this. Now I'm going to give it to Carol.
I'm going to pass this over and let you talk to Sam with the glasses and the blue hat on.
Now, Sam,
Does he remember Sam?
I would like for you to talk to Mike over in Australia.
No, let me turn this light on so Uncle Sam
that a
can see.
He's turned his head down like he forgot who you were. Here he comes back. Mike, I just can't keep him. Oh, yeah, you remember Mike now? Oh, yeah, yeah. You really do.
Woo, he's dancing.
He gave me a hug for you, Mike. He just said that I remember you, and you should come back soon. And he has got a fella here that is named Sam, too.
Yep.
How do you like this guy?
Pretty good.
Okay.
He's okay.
You think you could handle him all day? Yep.
Yep, yep. Yep.
You think that maybe you'd want to go out with him sometime?
No, he doesn't want to go out with him.
Don't want to do that.
No? Well, I don't blame you.
Anyway, Mike, he is a prosperous young man, and he wants to tell you that he's going to wait for you to come home. Now, when he comes home, what are you going to do?
Woo!
Do that again? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to give this over to the birthday boy now and give him an opportunity just to say a couple of words. But I understand this birthday boy has mic fright here on the boat, so we got to see what we can do about this.
Where's the end?
Anywhere.
Mike, don't worry. Your job is not hanging by a thread. Based on the quality of the repair work and maintenance chores that I've seen, you are secure for many, many years to come. Nobody can take your place, Mike. And things have really gone from bad to worse around here. The moral fiber of this whole dock has gone. And your father-in-law is leading the parade. And my Uncle Sam has given a touch of class to this whole operation. And we just wish you could be here to help me celebrate my 62nd birthday. And yes, and you're right. And fishing is not really too good, but we're having fun, and we really wish you were here, Mike. And we look forward to seeing you when you get back in August.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Well, hon, I'm really having a good time down here. As I said, Randy and I got down here about 7 tonight. We went to Kevin's first communion. And it really, really went well. She did decide to call Margaret, and Margaret and Deanna showed up. And Jim had contacted Joe, and he came, and everyone was back at Georgine's house, and it went really well. Randy and I left about 3:45, I guess, and headed on down here. With the speed limit up to 65, you do save a little bit of time, and it took us almost exactly 3 hours to get here. We've had a really nice time. I went out with Randy and Gary and Betty last night. We went up to the coach house for dinner and to Flashback. It was real funny because Randy got carded as we came in, and it's 23 to get in there. But Randy looks absolutely terrific, Mike. You just wouldn't believe it. He's lost 40 pounds, and he looks like the old Randy. He looks just wonderful. And by the time you hear this, I'll be home with you to listen to it, and so you'll hear my voice again. But anyway, we're working on a tape here, and we mailed you one on Thursday, as I told you. Randy will go back about noon tomorrow, and Sheila tomorrow evening, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to let you go for now and tell you that I love you, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Go!
We love you, Michael. We love you. We miss you.
Wish you were here.
You want some coffee?
One more time. Bye-bye.
Hamburgers. Best hamburgers this side of one
You
now.
have to get up early in the morning.
One now? Is that all we need? I ate 2 hamburgers already. I can't eat it.
Do you know somebody named Michael Hart?
In fact, I don't even know who
Art?
My Michael? You want to talk to him?
You're on.
You're on, Dennis Cole.
Back it on.
It's on.
You got it.
Michael Hart. This is Bill Michael Hart.
My husband, dear.
Oh, you're Michael Hart.
Hey, Michael Hart.
Let me turn this around so Michael Hart can't hear that. You don't want to hear that, Michael Hart?
Oh, there, that way. You talk to him.
This is your life, Dennis Krause.
This is your life, Dennis.
This is Michael.
Oh, Michael, I love you.
Oh, God.
He-
Too bad
you know,
news.
Yeah, he can't talk.
Dennis.
It's on now. You're on. You're on.
I'm on, Michael.
Yeah, you're on.
Michael, you're missing the boating season of your life.
Missing a good party, Michael.
Yeah, it's a great party. And we'll leave that running. That's good.
We love you, Michael.
We love you, Michael.
Dennis,
We
Dennis
miss
and
you,
Marie
Michael.
had a little tiff tonight on prom night, so...
Prom night. You can't believe it.
It's prom night.
Let me tell you about Chris.
Come on, tell me about prom night. I know.
Prom
been
night's
through
a
it 3
wonderful night, isn't it?
3 times I've been through it.
And Christopher's girlfriend. Christopher's a sophomore. And he went to prom. How the hell does a sophomore go to prom? He went to prom,
Yeah.
and his girlfriend came over to our house and dressed in our house. God, she looked like $1 million.
I'm gonna walk out and
She's she's real classy looking.
Yes,
It's me.
Pretty.
darling.
How old is she, Dennis?
Pop, this is Randy. Mother's Day at the lake. I'm just getting ready to leave, and the rest of the family had reminded me I didn't take any time while I was here to talk on the tape. I just wanted to say hi and say that Mom looks good, and Sheila looks good, and everybody's healthy. And I know that's the most important fact of it all, is that we're all healthy and getting along well. But I'm just about 2 minutes away from getting on the road to head home. Cheryl didn't get to make this trip with me, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. Anyway, I know Mom will be back home just about 4 or 5 days from now, and you'll have your half back. And then you'll get Sheila in another 2 weeks or whatever. So the end of your peace and tranquility is drawing near. You're about to be surrounded by women again.
He loves it that way.
I don't have anything else to say except I love you and take care of yourself. And I guess I'll talk to you probably after Sheila and everybody gets over there. Take care, Pop.
Okay, Mike, I just listened to a little bit of Randy's conversation, and it seems like the batteries are getting down or something. But this is Sunday night, and we are meandering up the Niagara towards Sharps Marina, and we're following one of those funny boats that they have up here, and we're going to see what he does when he gets up here, because I'm sure he cannot put it in between those other things. So we're just kind of, I got my engines in neutral, and I'm going as fast as he is, probably in first or second, I don't know. Anyway, Sheila's with us, and of course Carol, and we're had some ribs that I had barbecued last Thursday, and I froze them, and I brought them down. We thawed them today, and we're going to have those for supper tonight. And kind of an evening that it is, we probably are going to eat out on the lake. I'll probably take them out of gear and just kind of drift and eat on the lake. But right now I'm following one of those three-buoy jobs up the lake, and I have mine completely in neutral, in idle, but I got him in gear, and I'm going almost as fast as he is, if that would mean anything to you. So I'm going to keep you posted on what happens to him when he gets there. I'm anxious to see whether they send a guy out to, a pilot out to get him, or what they do to him, because it is Sunday night, and I'm sure he's going in. So that's the way. I'll get back to you in just a few minutes. I'm going to wait to see what happens with that guy. So I'm going to say goodbye for a few minutes. Goodbye for a few minutes. Bye.
Hi, honey. I know Daddy said that he told you what we were doing out here. We're following a sunbeam instead of a moonbeam, and of course when you hear this I'll be already at home with you. This has been a nice weekend. I guess we couldn't have ordered better weather for me to be down here. We got, as I told you, in about 7 last night. And we're going to go back in the morning, and I'm going to the chapel tomorrow afternoon. The funeral home is on Natural Bridge, east of the airport someplace, and in a fair to Midland area, not great, but not terrible. So I don't want to do that after dark. And Jan Bloodworth's coming out tomorrow night anyway, and Sheila did bring her album to me, which I'll get from her, so that Jan can see a few pictures. We stopped at the house today for a few minutes. We went up to Howard's first and had a look at their place. They're in pretty much of a disarray because they're still moving in. But that was okay. Said hello to the Mealers and stopped at the house. Randy was going to see if there was a ski there, but there doesn't appear to be any of ours there. They must all be in the boat. And he wants me to try to find his ski farm if I can, so he can use it Memorial Weekend, and I'll send it down with Mother and Daddy. I'll go down to the garage and look tomorrow or Tuesday. We're following, as Daddy told you, one of these houseboats to see where he is down the lake. He's not moving very fast. Let's see, we just stopped over at 565 and saw Chuck and Bev, and of course they said to give you their best, and they had a wonderful time in Australia, and they want to know more about Thailand because it sounded like we were really hyped on that. And I told them that we were going back and we would have more to tell them when we got back. Anyway, Sheila, I don't think's talked to you at all on this tape, and probably you're hearing some wind noise and some water noise as we're moving down the lake, but I'll give it to her and let her talk to you for just a couple of minutes. By the way, Greg's Restaurant seems to be coming along real well. I think we're projecting their opening for Memorial Weekend, but Jean says she doesn't think they're going to make it by then. They have seating indoors. Daddy, there's a big... they have seating for 80 indoors and 60 outside. Daddy says he doesn't think they have enough space to park all those people, but Greg doesn't seem to be concerned about it. There is some debris in the lake. It's not real bad, but there is some kind of big stuff laying out here, enough that stuff you wouldn't want to hit at night anyway. Daddy cooked some ribs before he came down on Thursday, I guess, and those are in the oven. The generator's running, and at least the plan right now is that we're going to eat out here somewhere just drifting on the lake and watch the sunset. They say that they can get a pretty good shot of the sunset from back the Pier 31 chute, so I guess we'll go back that way. We had lunch today up at the little Scribbles restaurant that's just opened at the marina. I think this weekend was the grand opening. They're only going to serve breakfast and lunch up there, but they're hoping to get a lot of lake traffic, and I think probably they will from the looks of things. They've got a nice little boutique up there as far as a few boat parts and some swimwear and hats and T-shirts and things like that, skis. Randy got away about 1:30, so he said it takes him about 6 hours to get back, so he shouldn't be too far from Omaha right now, as it's 6 o'clock on Sunday, Mother's Day, May the 10th. Let's see. What else? Sheila said she'd talk to you after a bit. She doesn't like to be set up, just as you don't like to be set up, so you know how that feels. And this is your daughter, and she says, Mother said, did I tell you whose house Greg and Sharon rented? They sold their house in Manchester, and they also sold their boat down here at the lake. They rented a house on our road. It's a house that we haven't seen. It's built next to the, I don't remember the man's name, but you know, the newspaper publisher. As you come in our road and fork down the hill to the left, apparently Ginny Foster has built a house on the left as you come down. We knew there was one built right there in the Y section, but she's apparently built another one across the street. It's never been lived in, and the house was for sale. And so I guess they had an opportunity to rent it, and they did so. It's really close to their place. I didn't go up to their place, of course, but it certainly looks like they're doing a lot of work up there, and I don't know, I guess mid-June they plan to try to open. The lake basically looks the same. I don't think anything's changed much down here. A few new houses have gone up along, and there's a few more going up. Bonnie and Larry weren't here this weekend. We tried to look. The boat that we've been following has stopped. He is just almost opposite our house before he's gone under the bridge. And he looks like he's just dead in the water. We were curious to see how he was going to land this thing. Apparently, their policy is that they are to bring them in alongside to what's like a gas dock, only it's just a flat area. Sheila says maybe he stopped because there's another one up there trying to dock. So I guess we'll go on past and see if we can see what's going on up here. This is the curious thing as to whether or not these amateurs are going to be able to handle these big boats. They are pretty big boats. They're big, and they're very pretty, but they're all alike. So I'm going to put this on hold for a little while. I love you. Bye-bye. By the way, I forgot to tell you that when I was in the Cove, I got to see Jack and Jean Mayers. Pardon me. And they said to tell you hello when I saw you. It looks like this boat could have a problem here. I don't know if it is or not. I guess we'll come alongside, although everybody seems to be going back in. They were all out in the back, and now they seem to be going back in, so I guess maybe everything's under control here. I don't know for sure, but at least they're close enough to dock if they do have a problem. Anyway, Jack and Jean really didn't come down. We kind of just nosed in, and Randy jumped off. So, but they did. Everyone here has just been great and said to tell you hello and how much they'd missed you, and they couldn't wait for you to get back. All the bullshit last night was just that. Dennis Crawley came in absolutely loaded, and I have never, ever seen him like that, and everyone on the boat dock said the same thing. They have never seen him like that. He said he and Marie had had a tiff over something that didn't seem very significant, and I told them probably the reason they had was because Chris had gone, their son, a sophomore in high school, had gone to prom with a senior. And it was his first prom, and I would imagine that his mother was having a very difficult time handling that, even though that was probably more than she was ready to admit. I can't tell. I just looked at this tape to see what's left. I can't really tell. But it looks like we're very close to finishing this first side. I doubt that you will receive this before I get back, but we'll keep working on it anyway as we go along. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, we're sitting right underneath the bridge right now, and this boat that we've been following in is evidently been in radio contact with whoever he needs to be in contact with, and he's moving it on in, bringing it in alongside this.
Looks like he's got a couple of pitches to hit. He's fouled.
He may be more experienced than we think, and hopefully he won't tear things up too bad. We were under the impression that maybe they had somebody come out and meet him and bring him in, but apparently not, because he's bringing this boat in, and I don't even see anybody standing on that dock to catch him, do you? Do you see anybody stand on that dock? Well, we ran out of tape here, and this guy who we thought was going to bring it in alongside in this one particular spot passed up. Would have been about where the newest of the three Sharp docks was built. He's passed up, and he's bringing it into the dock that's sitting just about where the Papa Jack used to sit. He's done 180 all the way around, and it looks like he's going to come in right behind another one that's parked. I can't really see what he's doing. There's two of them on the outside, and it looks to me like he's going to put this sucker in the middle. I can't really tell. Mother says there's another one coming in right behind him under the bridge in front of our house. I guess we're going to have quite a show in front of our house as these boats start getting rented. It's going to be real interesting to watch. Mother says there is one guy on the dock. Oh, yeah, I see him. He's right by their gas dock. And we do have a little bit of wind out here. It's not anything real serious, but the guy's bringing it in, and he's taking it slow. As you know what your instructions always are, that if you hit something and you're moving real slow, that you're not going to hurt a whole lot. He doesn't look like he's doing too bad of a job, so I have a feeling that this guy's a little bit more experienced than what I thought he was, or any of us thought he might be. He did a real good job putting this boat in. He put it on the outside, on the port side of the boat to him, and he's doing a fine job. So Daddy thinks he'll go in right behind him. I'm not sure this boat will fit behind him. But he's in there and he's tied up, so I think everything's swell on that. They've done a real cute job on this place. They've built this little peaked roof thing in front of the two cave openings that used to be the restroom and the workshop. And there's another one coming right in behind him. If that guy can put it in the space that he's left, he's a better boat driver than we all think that they are, let me tell you, because I don't think there's 52 feet left between those boats. There's three of them sitting there, and I really don't think there's 52 feet in there. We're just sitting out here in the middle, right out here about where Greg and Sharon got married. And so anyway, I'll put this thing on hold and get back to you later. Mother told me that these boats are all supposed to be identical, but this one that's coming in, for some reason, looks a little, it is smaller. Looks a little smaller to me. Talk to you later. What do you think, Mother? Well, we're sitting out here watching this. We've got one coming in between us and the dock right now, trying to give him enough room. It looks like the one that we thought they just brought in and docked so perfectly, they've moved him. So I don't really know what is exactly going on. We're going to try to move into sight line now again because we've got this one that's moving along here is blocking out our vision as to what's happening to the other one. Mother's trying to keep us posted, but I don't think she can see either. Can you see either, Mother? Okay, so she says that they've moved the other one out. Oh, I see him. He's backing it out altogether now. I can see his stern and the bow of this one are moving just about together. So since that guy did...
They must pull in, and I see they unloaded their garbage, and apparently either the people stay on or something, but then they move the boat out immediately because it's gone now. It's backed out. Now, you're going to see it in just a minute, Carol. Here it comes.
Well, you can't see it, Mike, but it's they've unloaded their stuff, Mother says, and he's moving forward now back towards Pier 31. So we'll see what happens there at that point and where these two boats end up. Put this on hold. Bye-bye. He went into the dock, unloaded the garbage, and picked up a captain is exactly what he did because the people are still on board the boat. He picked up a captain who's going to put it in the slip that it belongs in and tie it up, and I'm sure that then they'll take their belongings off from the slip that it belongs in. That probably makes more sense than unloading everything out here on the end and carrying it back. And the other boat that was coming in behind him is now sitting out here at the mouth of Miller's Cove. He's sort of in a holding pattern, waiting for instructions to come on in. The man, whoever is putting this boat in the slip, has absolutely got it stopped right now back in there. He's going to put it about 3 or 4 boats from the shore. And apparently this is going to be the way the operation's going to handle. It's 6:15 here on a Sunday night, so that must just about be their time to bring these boats in. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Mike, you gotta see this to believe it. If the wind was blowing, I don't know what the hell he'd do.
Well, I don't know.
He's putting that thing in between
The
two
shore
boats,
and 2 boats.
and all they got together is
Look at him move
bumpers.
that thing in there, though.
He's
moving
sure
it right
moving it in there.
I can't believe
Mark, after my expertise, I guess I better come up here and get a job.
I think we better head back to our cove.
Now, we got a guy out here in a holding pattern waiting to get back in,
And he probably thinks you're in his way.
and Grandma's hollering at me.
Yeah, back up and let's get
I'm
out
not,
of here.
I'm not in his way.
But did you see how he put that boat in there? I can't believe how he put that boat in there.
Looks like he must have had a little KY jelly on it, Mike.
Oh, well, such is life. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Well, best laid plans gone asunder. We were going to eat out on the water and drift, but as we started to make our turn to come back under the bridge, the left engine, the port engine, died again. And it makes Mother nervous to be out here after dark and have an engine die. They broke a post off. I don't know that they broke it off, but they broke the weld loose or whatever from the floor of the dock on the right-hand side. The weld is broken as you come in, and a couple of the welds are loose on the front railing. So she's nervous when we're out after dark. It's a lot better out here than sitting in the dock, but that's what we're going to do anyway. There's no one left on the dock tonight. We're the only ones, so it's going to be quiet. I imagine it'll be a rather quiet night. Randy and Sheila went out last night with the Panahoffen News and the whole young crowd from down here. They went up to the Top Cider, which is at the Clowns. They've built a disco up there, and they both said they had a really good time. And anyway, but we'll be heading back in tomorrow morning, and Sheila back to school. Her finals start on Wednesday, and she needs the time to study. And as you reminded me so carefully that I shouldn't interfere with them, I don't think I have, Mike, honestly. I feel like that I probably made it as easy on them as I possibly could. And by the way, Randy did take a day's vacation on Friday. He called his boss and told him that he was coming to St. Louis, and his boss said, fine, no problem. And that was his choice, and as you said, he's a big boy. Anyway, I love you lots. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, this is real noisy out here now. I don't know why we're such in a big damn hurry, but we are. And we're turning up the whitewater like you wouldn't believe. Daddy just asked Sheila if she wanted to ski. So, oh, there it goes. There it goes. Uh-oh. Now we got the bell. You know what that means. If the damn thing hits the dock, guess who catches hell? The first mate. Anyway, we are plowing right along here, probably damn near up on Plain. I don't know if we are or not for sure. But anyway, I think Sheila could ski, Mike. I'm standing out here on the corner here, and we're going like mad, like it's 60 miles an hour, and he just speeded it up. Turn it down, Jack. I don't want to go that fast. I don't like to go that fast. We're going too fast for me. I'm too old for this, Mike. Anyway, we wish you were here. Boy, do we wish you were here. For sure. We really miss you. We wish you could be here with us. And it won't be long, and I'll be home. Next year this time, Mike, you'll be here. Yeah, everybody says, well, next Mother's Day we'll all be together. So, and that's true. The good Lord willing. The good Lord willing, Mike. And he's on our side, I think. She's got that right, Mike. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, we're back at the Mariner Yacht Club. I just commented to Mother that they haven't changed the sign here on the point yet. It still says Pier 31. And as you can hear from the sound that we've cut back to quite a bit less RPM. Daddy said he really just wanted to clean the bottom off, but I think he really just enjoyed running it like that. There are a lot of new houses going up around the lake. There's a couple of them being built opposite the marina here, and I noticed there's a new one going up on the point at Camelot. I think I told you before that the place that Chuck and Bev had rented there on the point with the trailer has been apparently sold, and they have a sign up that says lots for sale, and there's been a beautiful home built on that point and one up on the hill up above it back in that little cove where we tied up a couple of times. Things are always changing here, as you know, but some things remain the same always. And basically, I think it looks the same. I don't think it looks that much different. When I get home, I can tell you more about it if you have any questions. Bye-bye.
Hi, Dad. It's Monday morning at 25 minutes after 8, and we've had breakfast and kind of wrapping things up here. Probably get away here about 8:45 or 9 o'clock. And Mom and Grandma and Grandpa are obviously going back to St. Louis, and I'm going back to Springfield, as usual. I have 3 more classes. I have 2 finals on Wednesday and 1 on Thursday, and then I'll be finished. Tonight, Monday night, I have to go to photography class and pick up my final prints. I mounted them and stuff. I did 8 final prints. Turned out really well. I'm hoping to get an A on my final prints and probably get a B in the class. So, what else do I have to say? My 2 finals on Wednesday are rhetoric, which is my real tough communication class, and marketing. And then the one on Thursday is argumentation, and I'm getting an A in there. I wonder why. So, got some, Grandma and Mom put a little picnic-like thing together for me so I could have some finals food. We had ribs last night, and the night before that they had steak, but I didn't get in to the lake soon enough, and so they had went ahead and ate. So I'll have steak as a leftover meal, which will be good. Grandma gave me some coffee, some international coffees for some caffeine so I could stay up, and another pasta salad and a Greek lettuce salad. So I think for the next 4 days I'll be eating probably the best I've eaten all semester. So most of my roommates all have their finals on Monday and Tuesday, and they'll be leaving on Wednesday, so that'll be quiet in the apartment, so I'll be able to study. Sure was a beautiful weekend down here. Sure did miss you. Wish you could have been here. But soon enough, in 3-4 months, we'll all be together down here. You can't get over it. Everything looks the same, but they're also different. New houses going up. The marina has got a totally new face, but it's real nice. I had a really good time with Randy this weekend, and really enjoyed seeing Mom. And like I said, school will be out for me next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, pardon me, the 14th. And Brenda graduates on the 15th, so we're going to go to the graduation ceremony. And so does Steve Hicks, Jenny's husband. And Jenny will be down, so we're all going to go to the graduation ceremony. And then on Saturday, I have to move apartments again, which I'm dreading, but I think I'd rather move apartments than take 3 potluck roommates. I had such a terrible semester last semester with roommates. It's not worth it to me to go through that again. So it's going to be in the same apartment building, but same complex, but just in a different building. So I'll do that on Saturday, and I'll spend all day Saturday moving. So I think I'm just going to drive to the lake until Sunday, come down here and see Grandma and Grandpa, and then drive here Saturday night and stay till Sunday or Monday morning. I haven't quite decided yet. Depends on how much. I'm going to make a list and see what I have to do in St. Louis. So if my list is real long, I'll drive back on Sunday night and get on things on Monday morning because I leave the following Thursday. We went and saw Bios last night, and I took them my photo album so they could see some of the things that Brenda will be, obviously the Great Barrier Reef and stuff we don't have any pictures of. And but we showed her all the pictures of the 12 Apostles and of Sydney, and they were real excited for her. And Brenda also wanted to pay you guys for the flight and stuff like that within Australia that Mom said she'd already prepaid for, and Brenda had been losing sleep at night because she just wanted to get that settled up. She didn't want you guys running short. So her mom, I think the check that she ended up writing was $448 US. So, and Mom said she really couldn't give her a price on the extra person, the extra person that you have to pay for the hotel, but said we could either do that along the way or maybe do it like you did with Missy when she was in California, you know, she just gave you $20, and when you thought her $20 ran out, she gave you another $20, something like that. So everything will work out. But Brenda's like a helium balloon. You can't. Said you have to tie strings to her legs. She's so high. She did her student teaching for the last 7 weeks, and her teaching now is complete, and that was complete on this past Thursday. So she doesn't have any finals or anything. She's just waiting for the 15th, her graduation day. So she's just got to be checking people out. You know, she's an RA, and she's got to check people out of their rooms and make sure that no damage has been done and stuff. So that's what she's going to be doing for the next week, plus getting her things together. We sat down the other day and made a list on what to bring and what not to bring. And I said, bring 1 pair of earrings, don't bring 10, you know, pick something neutral. So, but I don't know a whole lot of anything else. Like I said, we had a wonderful time down here. We went to the Topsider with Saturday night when we got in. Sharon and those guys were kind of waiting around, and I don't know, Greg was doing an interview up at Scribbles for a cook or a waitress or something, and I came in and they said, come on, we're going to the Topsider, we're going to the Topsider. And I was like, I asked Mom, I said, do you care if I go? And she said, no, I don't care if you go. I felt kind of bad that I did, but just a second, Mom. Yes, I did too. Whoops. Hold on, Dad. You're probably wondering what all that was about. Grandma said, you didn't feel bad, and I did feel bad, but Mom said it was okay when Randy went also, and we had a really nice time. So, well, I don't know anything else. Grandpa's, I think, on his 3rd trip to the car, and we're running us out of here. I was going to tell you that, I don't know, Mom probably said something, that they made that coconut cake that Gretchen makes for Jake's birthday, and it was quite a hit on the dock. So I'm sure everybody's going to be wanting that recipe. So it doesn't agree with me, just kind of like that other one with the cookies and the mint doesn't agree with me either. I don't know if it's the cream or what it is, but and probably better that way. It's a good thing I don't like it. It saves me 500 calories a piece. So, well, I want to say I love you, and I will see you in Sydney on the morning of the 27th. Wow. So, but today's the 10th or the 11th, so it's right around the corner. I'm on my countdown sheet. So I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's about 8 days or 9 days, something like that. Maybe a little bit more than that. But I'm coloring in my gumballs.
Hello down there, Mike. This is Monday afternoon, and Carol has gone into the chapel to see your friend, Ken Larson. And when she gets back, I'm going to take my car up to Mr. Cadillac up in Ellisville and get that little wrinkle put fixed that the Florida guy did to it, and then I'm going to have it polished and waxed, because what the marina did to it down there, I told you about that paint spraying they were doing, and it settled in the air and got on our cars. So I got to get that cleaned up. I got the sprinklers running now, so I'm just taking care of little chores that have to be done when you get back from holiday. Heard a couple stories down there. By the way, I put new batteries in this recorder. On the way home, we stopped at Sullivan at Walmart and picked up some new batteries. It was getting funny sounding, so this side too doesn't sound too good. Prior to my coming on here, that's what it was. Anyway, Dennis Crowley told me a couple pretty good ones that you might want to pass around your office down there. One of them was about Raggedy Ann. And they couldn't find Raggedy Ann, and they lifted up one of the toy boxes, and she was sitting on Pinocchio's face. And she was saying, tell a lie, tell a lie, tell a lie. Now, I paused in between that one because it hasn't got anything to do with this next one. I hope that came out like it did when I heard it. That was pretty good. And if you don't know what tell a lie means, why, you'll have to look up in your history book, because that's the way it was. The other one, a little boy was riding in the car with his father, and they made a stop sign, and there was couple of dogs doing, you know, what dogs do when one of them's in heat. And the little kid said, what are they doing, Dad? And his dad said, he said, they're making puppies. Just thought he'd tell him that. And so a week or so later, one night they were all in bed, this family, and a thunderstorm came up, and a little kid went running in Mom and Dad's bedroom and caught Mom and Dad in a compromising position. And he said, what are you doing, Dad? And he said, well, he said, making you either a little brother or a little sister. And the little kid said, turn her over, I'd rather have a puppy. Now I paused again. I didn't hear you laugh, so maybe you already heard it, I guess. But anyway, those are the two latest ones from the boat dock. So I just thought I'd pass those along to you. We had an uneventful trip in today. We stopped at, as I said, at Sullivan at Walmart's and did a little shopping. And went over to Hardee's and had a sandwich and a iced tea. Does that surprise you that I drank an iced tea? Well, I didn't even eat a sandwich. I just had an iced tea. I was thirsty. So anyway, we arrived home, and Carol has gone in there to pay her respects, and I'm going to show Carol the paper. Today's paper had a obituary in there on Ken Larson, quite a long one. So I will be sure that she cuts it out and either brings it home, or maybe you've already seen it, I don't know. Anyway, we are very saddened that happened to that family, and on the other side of the coin, not knowing them, we were fortunate that Carol got to see Randy and Sheila and us for a few days. I'm sure you missed her, and as I well know you did. And but I guess we'll all get over it. You are going to get on countdown pretty soon, so it won't be too long till you'll be coming back to us. We had several nice boat rides. I don't know whether Sheila got to talk to you much on the boat, or Carol either, but we went up and tied in at your house, and Randy wanted to look for something up there, and nobody was there. We tied up at Howard George's new place, and Carol got a chance to chew him out again for what she thought he did wrong, and I excuse me, I just have to laugh. Anyway, Randy was fine. He really looks good with his weight loss. Hope he stays that way. Excuse me, I had to yawn. So I think my sprinklers are just about ready to shut off, if they will. They're coming out to have a look at them Wednesday. Number 7 here hasn't been shutting off, but now that I got the new shut-off down in the basement, all I got to do is go down there and shut them off. And then after a period of time, if I open up the water valve, I can tell whether there's water coming through there, and there isn't, why then I can go ahead and sprinkle, but then we can't leave it that way. We got to get it straightened out. So anyway, I thought I'd put my 2 cents in on this tape. I don't know how many clicks I got left. I don't have it in the clicker. But the first part of it, I guess you enjoyed us winning all that $21, $25 or whatever we won on the lotto. And right now, here comes Carol in from the chapel. And she probably will. I'll leave a little space on this tape for her to give you that information. So I'm going to say my usual goodbye. Goodbye.
Well, hi, honey. It's 20 after 5 in the evening. I got back from the funeral parlor about 10 to 4, just in time because the traffic was really starting to get heavy. I went in 40 to 270 to 70 and up Natural Bridge to the funeral home, which is on Natural Bridge, just right near UMSL. When I went up, I noticed that Interstate 170 intersects Natural Bridge, so I went back 170 to Highway 40 and out Highway 40, and lo and behold, the westbound lanes are open between 270 in Mason, the new construction. They have opened the westbound lanes in that section, and as I turned off at Mason, I heard that on the road. I heard that on the radio. I got home. Daddy had to take his car in today to have a little bit of body work done and to have it polished, cleaned and polished. He got some overspray or something on it from the work they're doing down at the marina, and so he's having the Cadillac dealer work on that. So I followed him up to Baldwin. Well, I followed him, but I went through the subdivision, and he took 141, and guess who got there first? At that time of the day, the traffic on 141 is pretty bad, and it's always bad on Manchester Road. As we've talked before, we're certainly not going to be looking forward to that when we come back. Anyway, it went just fine at the chapel. Mary was very glad to see me, and her children were most gracious, and Ken's sisters and her brother and her sister all just couldn't say enough about how great it was that I had accompanied her home. They knew that she couldn't have made it without someone. I feel like I certainly did the right thing by doing that, even though I did get a bonus out of it. That was my prime objective. The casket came home. I think he came home in a lead-sealed container of some type, and he looks really good. They do have an open casket, and for the amount of time that's passed, I was really quite surprised. He looks a little gray, but I think that Ken was pretty red-faced anyway, so I think that's the reason he looks somewhat different to me. But other than that, he looks very good, and the family was all really pleased. So I spent about an hour up there, and then I came home, and when I got home, Annie had called. I hadn't talked to her, Baver, and Carol Edmondson flew in this afternoon, Matthews. Her dad has had a real serious heart attack and really isn't expected to live. He's in the hospital in Rolla and in too bad a condition to try to move. I doubt that I'll get to see her, but Ann said that she would keep me posted. We're going to get some Kentucky Fried tonight, and Jan Bloodworth is due here about 6:30. I did bring Sheila's photo album home with me, and there are some pictures of Sheila inside the house. So you can see a little bit of the living room and the dining room and the hall. I'll hear this tape again when I get home, because I know by the time it gets there that I will already be home unless it goes by some kind of magic express mail. Anyway, that's about all I know for now. I don't know if there'll be enough tape for me to at least comment on Jan's visit, but I'll leave a little bit and tell you where we stand on that. It's quite warm here today. It's gotten up to about 84 degrees, and as usual for St. Louis, there's a little bit of humidity. Not bad, though, and it was really pretty at the lake this weekend. It was a short trip, but it was nice. I did get to see Jack and Jean Mayers, in case I didn't tell you that, which I think I did, by the way. And Daddy's just getting ready to leave now to go to Kentucky Fried. And I guess I'll put this thing on hold and maybe leave a little bit to finish up tonight after Jan's here. I love you very much, and I miss you. Bye-bye. Well, good morning. Today is Tuesday, May the 12th, and it's about 7:30 in the morning. We've all just kind of gotten up around here. I wanted to finish this tape up so we could put it in the mail today. I know that, as I said before, it'll get home before I do. Jan Bloodworth did not come out last night. She called about 6:45 and said that she had trouble with her car on the way home from work and had to take it to the shop. It's a 82 Oldsmobile or something, and they had a new computer of some kind put in it, and ever since it's been put in, it hasn't worked properly, and it stalls, and she has trouble starting it in traffic, and she was afraid to make the trip out here, so she called, and we talked for about an hour on the phone and worked through all of her questions, and they are planning on taking our house and our furniture, so I think we don't have to worry about that. I told her that you'd talk to Gary about it for sure when he got back from Canada. So that was real positive. I think I answered a lot of her questions for her, and she said she was real glad to get the little newspapers and junk mail and stuff that she'd been sending, because she saw that there were some classes to take and some tennis lessons and golf lessons and things to be had. She also wants us to add my golf clubs to the list.
Their daughter, Libby, is left-handed, and she will be spending a couple of months with them when they first come over, coming back here to finish school and graduate in January from high school, and then back to Australia for the rest. I'm going to run out of tape here.